Welcome to another episode of Going Global with NKC, where we bring you stories that spark inspiration and open global possibilities. Whether you're a student, a parent, or just someone curious, Going Global with Naseem Khan Consultancy will help you. Today, we're joined by Dr. Tahir, a lecturer in accounting and finance at SOAS University of London. From the bustling finance sector of Karachi to earning a PhD and teaching at world renowned institutions, Dr. Tahir's journey is nothing short of remarkable. In this episode, we explore his academic and personal evolution, what makes SOAS a global hub for meaningful learning, and the advice he has for students, especially those from Pakistan and the wider South Asia region. Dr. Tahir, thank you for being on this podcast. Hopefully, our students will be listening to you, will get inspired by you, and inshallah be in a position one day like you, teaching students that they can help. Dr. Saab, you started your journey in Karachi. You were studying there. How was life at school days?
Well, my school days were, I would say, interesting. The fact that, although I must say that I have come from a very humble background, my father passed away when I was very little. My mother had to do a lot of hard work, but she understands the education, the quality that will bring to children. She understands it. So she worked very hard to make sure that every child has got some education. So I didn't go to a grammar school, if you like, or any private school. We didn't have money. So my parents sent me to a government school, local government school. Although, and I was quite good at, from the education point of view. From the very beginning, I had this hunger that I want to be on top of my class. I want to be more competitive. So from the very beginning, if you like, I was very keen, hardworking, and did my best, regardless of the outcome. But I was very, very fortunate to have achieved so many success at the very beginning at the school I was studying. So early days school, very exciting. Going back to your question, not in terms of course, getting the education and being competitive. Of course, I enjoyed very much. We used to play cricket literally every day, if you like. Street crickets, I'm sure you're familiar with. Lots of cricket, and we had a school. But we had a team, local team, street team, if you like, every day in the evening when we finished school and did tuition. We played lots of cricket.
Oh,
So yeah,
fantastic.
so bit of both education and also the sport.
You mentioned that you always wanted to succeed.
Yes,
You always wanted to get there.
yes.
What was the catalyst that gave you that inspiration that you wanted to do this? Because you mentioned that you had a very, financial challenging childhood. So what was that inspiration? What was that spark that, was instilled in you that, no, I can do more?
Well, as I told you, I come from very humble backgrounds. The area I was living in, it was in such a poor state. So I just wanted to make my life, or the whole family's life, you like, better. And the only way from economically moving from, uh, moving from very humble and not so nice area. Eh, Overall, I mean, I just wanted to make not only my life, of course, better, the overall whole family's life better. So that really makes me believe that The only way is to get forward is to get education.
Absolutely.
Education, not well to understand. Of course, at a very young age, you don't know what you're doing, right? Metric, you don't know what your subjects you're going to study. Even at intermediate level or A levels or O levels, you're not 100% sure what you are going.
You're going on the guidance of your parents and
Exactly,
your peers.
and I was very fortunate to have very competitive group, if you like, group that are super smart. They all went to this humble government school, but the competitiveness and hunger to thrive and success make life better really set the tone and help me getting through all these difficult challenges.
Now, you mentioned on your friends that all that group, they wanted to get to a certain place. They were hungry.
So I will start with once I finish my matriculation, because we didn't have money to go to O levels and A levels. So matriculation was the only option we had available. So once I finished that one, so then I really started to realize that I really need to take control over from my financial side of it. And then I took initiative, and I then never asked a penny from my family or anyone else.
That must have been liberating to realize at that early age that this is what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell students. They're capable of doing
Absolutely.
anything.
Yeah.
You just put your mind to it.
Exactly.
Regardless the situation you're in, however difficult it is,
Yeah.
there is a way out.
Yeah.
Just put your mind to it. Take inspiration from people who've done great things.
Absolutely.
Because
If
you can do it as well.
Absolutely. If you can, like you said, if you put your mind into it, you can achieve so many things in your life.
Yeah.
And I would say, don't ever underestimate yourself.
Absolutely.
We all humans have got some potential to grow, go beyond the norm, go beyond average, if you like. We all have that potential. Never ever underestimate yourself.
Or underestimate anyone around
Anyone,
you.
of course.
And that's how you will get the best out of your team, out of your family, out of your business, if you don't underestimate anyone. Like you mentioned a few minutes ago about being biased to somebody. How beautiful was that saying that you mentioned? Don't be biased towards somebody.
Yeah, and this is a thing called unconscious bias. It's really a killing factor. Never ever realize that the potential people have around you. Never ever undermine the values the people bring to your projects, if you like, discussion. They all have potential. They all have values to bring to the table.
Absolutely. 100%.
So be aware of, and you may be without realizing or knowing that you are hurting or upsetting someone. I know it's easy, as I said, easy said than done, but be aware of unconscious bias.
Absolutely.
Because it's in the long run, of course, you strategically, you need to go beyond or think about longer, and only way you will achieve your long-term objectives and goals is to realize the value or the potential people have.
So once you finished your BCom, then you transitioned into work life. How was that transition, and what did you do at that stage in life?
Well, I was very fortunate to have my brother working for a company into Swiss WICAR Securities. He was involved in the custody department, but he was very kind enough to arrange an interview with the head of research. If I mention his name, Salman Ali, he was a very kind man. He was agreed to just to see if I've got the potential, if I want to do something. So he arranged an interview, and they offered me an internship.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started at the age of 23, if I can correctly remember. So I started as an intern and learned a lot, although it wasn't very well paid, but it was good enough to get my expenses paid for transportation and meals. It just took But it was very good learning experience, and I learned the people. I realized the people I was working with, they all are super smart Pakistani individuals. I said, I want to be like that. One day I will get there. But 6 months internship really helped me to understand what is required for the company, and helped me to understand the business we are involved. And I was very fortunate. After 6 months, my boss said, "Would you like to work for us?"
How fantastic.
I says, "Oh wow, do you think I'm good at it?" And then he said, "Of course." They offered me a job there full time, and although it was just a supportive role, helping analysts and economists to write their research, commercial research, and then I moved up. I worked there for 3.5 years. Then I was offered a better position at Merrill Lynch, KSB Securities, affiliated at Merrill Lynch. Now it's called Bank of America Merrill Lynch. Same department, same role, uh, but more lucrative, if you like, more money. Then I stayed there for another 7.5 years, again in the same role. But Merrill Lynch, the people were there relatively young, but very inspiring people. All are mainly from IBA graduates. They all had success in their life. They have achieved so much. But after 7.5 years, then I realized that, well, what if I'm going to go beyond what I'm doing now? I have to do something, but my growth was very limited on that role. So I decided to change my career. So I had BCom when I started this internship, and during this Merrill Lynch period, I was able to, well, it was very hard for me to take initiative, of course, but I did. Luckily, I did. So I started doing my master's in the evening at University of Karachi. It was very, very hard, but I did it. And then that really gave me confidence that academically, I think I'm doing okay. I have got potential. I realized that I think I can go beyond that one. So after 10 years, then I decided to change my career. And I knew that I had to do something in the UK. So I applied for a master's program, although I lied to my colleagues that I was offered a place in Dubai, more money, but I didn't tell them that what I'm going to do.
And why is that?
I don't know, because maybe I had some doubts. Maybe I was a bit apprehensive. It could be that. But I did tell them. I mean, after a while, I did tell them what I'm doing, really. So it was just for a shorter period. And they were very happy that, although they may be saying that how stupid he is. He's already been done so much and has got a good job. He's taking a huge risk. Well, I would say you have to take a risk in life if you want to do better.
Absolutely.
No risk, no return, as they say.
Absolutely. I want to touch up on what you mentioned at the start of the conversation, the internships. I think it is extremely important for students to engage themselves in internships while they're studying. It gives them a flavor of the work environment. It gives them an understanding of what they're studying, how they can apply it to their everyday job. And it gives them clarification that, is this the right program I'm studying? Maybe there's some additional modules I have to take. Maybe there's a change of course that I have to do. Okay, it might change their perspective on what they want to do in the future. So internships, get them sorted, apply to as many internships as possible. And at SOAS University, we've got a fantastic career service.
Absolutely.
And we've got a fantastic student union there. There are around about 350 societies.
Absolutely.
And you touched upon in our conversation earlier that you're a guest lecturer at LSE. And that came about through one of these social connections that you made. How important is it for students to make their social connections?
Absolutely. absolutely, it's absolutely important to engage with these networking events, join these unions. Um, this is how you build relationship with others, and it's easy, and I think probably it would relatively easier to get a job if you like. But networking is absolutely essential. Absolutely essential. I can tell you from my own experience. Um, I was invited for a conference at London School of Economics. I didn't expect that such a thing will happen. I was just having a chat with my colleagues and my professor. She was there as well. During this lunch, professor from LSE was sitting further away, but he overheard me in talking that I'm passionate about my research and my teaching after the conversation without even realizing me. And then he said, "Would you like to work for me?" I said, "Oh, how wonderful it is."
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I was offered a position, and then of course, I was a bit apprehensive. Well, at a London School of Economics, professor from a London School of Economics asking me to do work for him, teach
Wow.
with him. I was shocked, naturally, but I was over the moon. So now, in terms of networking, we were talking about the value of networking. You see,
There it
you never
is.
know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
And, a lot of people, it's very expensive to study in the UK.
Absolutely.
And you're spending that amount of money not only to get a degree,
Yeah.
you're spending that amount of money to increase your network circle, to find that opportunity because it's out there.
Yeah.
It's only up to you to go and get it.
Exactly.
And that's what I tell my students.
Yeah.
That is why your parents are spending the money. That is why you are investing this time in getting an education abroad, not only just to get the degree, but to network, to find individuals in your class, in your university, in guest lecturers, in different seminars. You should go to those things. Don't shy away. Don't shy
Absolutely.
away.
Absolutely. It's a key and essential thing to do, I think, for students. I think that most of them already know and realize
Yes,
that.
they do.
Yeah. They are university students, of course. They are not any like kids from school. They are mature. They understand. Uh, and we do have lots of networking events at SOAS.
Yes, we do.
And not only SOAS, around SOAS, you will probably know that we have fantastic universities like UCL, University College London. We have London School of Economics. Okay, so they all are connected.
They're all under that umbrella
Yeah,
of University
exactly.
of London. Yes.
They're part of University of London. Well, SOAS is the University of London.
Yes. they are.
So they all offer free networking events. So just be aware of that.
Absolutely.
Go to these events.
Yes.
And they are absolutely incredible, and they will teach you. They will connect you with the people you are.
And regardless your age, so because we're talking to an audience which is slightly younger as well. There are students going for their undergrad who are 18, 19, 17 as well. Don't be afraid.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Not, absolutely
As
not.
as you mentioned that when you get into a lecture and you've got 600 students there, you were apprehensive.
Yes.
So when you're 17 years old and you go to one of these meetings, you're going to be apprehensive. You're going to be
It's a
scared.
natural thing.
It is a natural thing.
Absolutely.
So, but get over that fear.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
difficult.
you need to throw yourself into it. That's the key thing.
Absolutely.
No one is gonna give you on your plate. Okay. So you need to take initiative. You need to aware what is there and what is my potential, and just go and get it.
Now there are a lot of universities in the UK.
Yeah.
And with your academic and with your work experience under your belt, you selected Kingston University of London.
Yes, I did teach Kingston University. I did teach Newcastle University, which is a Russell Group university. I've also taught at London School of Economics.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's incredible the satisfaction I get from teaching and helping students in maybe a little way, but it's really gives me positive mindset and the motivation to live a uh, happy life where I can contribute to the society. Money is, of course, you need money to live, but don't be greedy. And I would say, for me, is the more happiness and satisfaction I get when I contribute, helping students, understanding their problems, teaching them, and helping them to get where they want to go. Undergraduate students, maybe they finish their degree, they want to go maybe Ivy League American universities, or so I'm here. I write lots of reference letters.
What makes SOAS a distinctive environment for studying accounting and finance, especially for students from emerging economies like Pakistan?
Well, SOAS has got a brilliant program, BSc Accounting and Finance. So it's very popular with Asians. Asians, I mean, local Asians who were born in the UK. Maybe they are, of course, they are in minority. I don't want to use this word underprivileged, could be is the word, but it's very popular, and we offer this accounting and finance, which allows them to not only get their BSc accounting and finance degree, but also allows them to get exemptions from professional bodies like ACCA, SEMA. So we offer, at the moment, we are offering 6 exemptions, but it's going to go up to 8 within a very short period of time. SEMA, halfway through, they can claim up to 8 exemptions. So within a year or two after their BSc degree, they have got a dual qualification, which is going to make them more competitive. And so, as I would say, BSc Accounting and Finance, taught by individuals who have come from various backgrounds. So it's a very diverse faculty. They all are brilliant individuals. They have not only PhDs, they also have professional qualifications. Like myself, I have a PhD in accounting and finance. I'm also a qualified chartered management accountant. So you can imagine the competitiveness that the people are who are teaching these programs. They're absolutely wonderful. They're wonderful. And I would say it's relatively easy, very relaxed entry requirement. We have 1A and 2Bs we require from A levels. In certain circumstances, we even 3Bs. Okay. We all, as I said, everyone has got the potential.
So now you've got in universities such as LSE, Imperial,
Yeah.
UCL, who've got accounting and finance programs the same as SOAS.
Absolutely.
The curriculum is the same.
Yeah.
And
I told you, I taught at LSE, the content is exactly the same.
yeah,
I've taught at LSE, I'm teaching exactly the same thing at SOAS University.
yeah. And the entry requirements at SOAS
Slightly lower.
are
It's
slightly
more
lower.
humble. Well, it's competitive, of course. You have to work hard. It's not that I'm going to give you the degree on your plate without, you have to work very hard. But we understand the potential people have. And it helps many. So the program we have is grown so much, exponentially. We started with 6 years ago, we had only 20 students. Now we have over 200 students.
Wow. Predominantly, SOAS is known for their law program, their development program, but there are a lot of students now that would be interested.
Yeah, School of Finance and Management is growing and is getting more popular. So within that within that circle of universities, they all are world-class universities.
I have a question, and this is for students generally. Will SOAS go into clearing for accounting and finance?
Clearing?
Yes.
Yes, we do have clearing.
And will the entry requirements in clearing drop from 1A to
Well,
Bs?
depending on the individual cases,
It depends on the individual cases.
Yes.
Now, that's where I find SOAS so refreshing.
Yes.
That they do not base their admission on one particular criteria. They base the application on the individual basis of the application. They go into depth of the applicant itself.
Absolutely.
And that's what is refreshing about
Yes,
SOAS.
absolutely.
And over my past 10 years, I've been working with them. My students have been so happy. And they've gone, so if somebody's going there for an undergraduate level, they go on to do great things, regardless if they go on to do a master's level or they start working. And same goes for postgrad students.
Absolutely.
Their alumni network is very, very strong.
Yeah, we have got a very huge brand value, SOAS. So
Yes.
Despite the fact we we are among those world-class universities, I mentioned LSE, UCL, and other universities, but we have very good brand value, which produces world-class leaders, entrepreneurs, managers.
So you've gone from studying at the University of Karachi to earning global recognition and teaching at SOAS. For students in Pakistan who may doubt whether they belong in such spaces, what would you tell them?
Well, never ever underestimate yourself. Coming from a very humble background, you have to have a vision in your life. I had a vision, and I know to my way work around. So I had a vision, and I then plan everything, save money from the very beginning, in the hope that I may get the opportunity to, study abroad. I didn't ask, as I told you, I'm very independent. I plan everything, and then when the opportunity arrived, I took on and then went for it.
I think, taking opportunity, taking that next step is so very important.
Yeah.
And in Pakistan, we live a very sheltered life. We are deterred from doing something different. We should not be.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Totally agree.
And education is key.
Beyond, I think, without education, it will be very challenging and very difficult to achieve on a higher level, if you like.
But Pakistan's doing great things.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, moving in
And
the right direction.
We are.
Yes.
And inshallah, touch wood, may it continue.
Yes.
My last question for this episode is, many students and parents often evaluate education in terms of return on investment. What do you say? Is that the right approach?
Well, you could say, yes, I did the same thing. Return on investment, and especially if you're talking about Pakistan, of course, you need to assess that what would your worth be once you have achieve your qualification. How quickly you're going to get the money that you have invested. The first goal that would be, and then how it's going to help you towards achieving bigger things. And getting education, of course, UK universities are known for producing good quality top graduates. So return on investment, absolutely, you need to assess this situation. And so that I would say, return, yes. So there would be a big factor. Assess how you're going to quickly you're going to get your money back. Maybe in Pakistan it may take slightly longer because the exchange rate doesn't help us.
Yes, it does.
But if you're talking about in the UK, maybe slightly quicker. Your students get the loan to completing their degree. So for them, maybe slightly quicker and maybe relatively easier.
Dr. Tahir, if you have a student in your class and he comes up to you or she comes up to you and they ask for advice, that they want to be in the same trajectory as you, but they want to work first in the field.
Absolutely. Well, yes, the key thing, I tell you from my own perspective, going to do something bigger, master's level and the PhD level, my work experience really, really helped to understand the phenomena, to understand the question I'm going to get answers for, really, really help. Because I tell you, maybe I may sound like I'm blowing my own trumpet, but I tell you, my master's thesis received an international award. Um, I had doubts, of course, but my supervisor was kindly enough to uh, said that I should be sending my master's thesis for this international competition in Europe. So helping, well, coming from the business I was involved in, it was a family business. So my question was purely based what I did and learned from the family business, and luckily I did very well. I did have some problem or struggle, but not to the greater extent, which helped me not only that completing that, and I was the top student among 130 master's level students
Oh,
on my
wow.
master's thesis. Not only that, I was very fortunate to have received, as I told you, international award for my master's thesis. Not only that, I have also received an international award on an even bigger scale, include not only Europe, it was countries from America, Africa. So I also received that award for my PhD thesis. So answering to your question, that did my work experience help? Absolutely, it did.
So I can't tell you how very proud I am as a Pakistani to see one of my own doing so well. And you are an inspiration. And hopefully, you get a lot more students in your class from Pakistan, from Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad, Peshawar, and sitting in your lectures and taking your guidance. Thank you very much,
Well,
Dr.
thanks for
Tahir.
having me.
Oh, it was
Thank
an
you very much
absolute
indeed.
pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if I can help and inspire the students, there would be something even bigger,
Inshallah.
inshallah. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you, Dr. Saab.